Hey there, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you with episode 144, a Tisket, a Tasket. We'll explain what that means. I'm here with Bill Wissinger. Say hi, Bill.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're at Shipwrecks in North Key Largo at 106, where there's always a happy hour special on beers every day of the week.
Yeah, I think they're doing PBR for $1 now, and Bud Light it went up, man.
Yeah, and they do cook your catch, and they have delicious food specials and actually happy hour food specials during the week.
Yeah,
and,
they do all sorts of good stuff.
Yes, they do. And right now, the Tisket and Tasket thing this past week, Bill, I was driving into work at the hospital and do my fitness class that I run. Oh, you want to get that? And I was merging over to the right, and as I merged over to the right, I noticed there was a truck when I almost went underneath it. And when I noticed it, I pulled back and I looked at it and I took a picture, and it was the Batesville Casket Company that almost crushed my little Malibu, Chevy Malibu.
There you go.
Yeah, that would have been something funny. Oh, I'm sorry. There she is.
There's
Say
Tiffany.
hi, Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany.
How you doing, sweetie?
So yeah, I waited to take a picture of the a vehicle
Logo.
at the light, and I did speed up to get to the light so I can have an opportunity to do that. But then I noticed after I took the picture later on, the Batesville Casket Company, and I realized that it was an old family name. Batesville was the name of the town that the casket company's in. But I was thinking about. It probably came out before the movie Psycho.
Probably.
Because I don't
Bates
know if
Hotel?
Bates Motel and the Batesville Casket Company, that would be like a perfect thing.
Yeah,
to
probably
have right
it's
there.
probably next door.
That would be, yeah. And I wonder if the man that owned it had a reclusive mother.
You
I
never
would
know.
just wait for single women to come in so he could, wait for them to take a
never
shower.
know.
Yeah, and so he could dress up in his mom's dress and stab him in his shower. But it's an unfortunate name. Do you ever hear in the early 80s there was a company, it was 1980, 79. It was these caramels they sold, and it was a supplement for weight loss. And it looked like caramels. And it was AYDS. Yeah. And the commercial was, and you can Google, you can go to YouTube, Google it. You'll find the commercial, and the commercial said, "Lose weight with AIDS."
Yeah, that was unfortunately timed.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate name. And then, so I'm thinking about I was just wondering all the other names. I imagine in the early 1930s, late 1920s.
Well, I want to say somebody did a play on one of the vacuum cleaner companies. I think actually did a radio jingle about Hoover really sucks.
Before sucking beer.
Yeah, I seem to want to remember Hoover really sucks.
Yeah, well, on certain people, the people who bought Hoover vacuums, I don't think that was lost
they
on
never
them.
got the commentation.
They never got the commentation, but then there was people later that got it. And there's names.
Oh, yeah.
All the famous serial killers. I mean, I'm sure there's a Charles Manson. Manson is not an unusual name.
Manson's
Marilyn
not
Manson. But I think that's a chosen name. But if your name's Charles, and you let's say you're a lawyer in Chicago, and you put up your name and you have a beautiful placard in front of the thing, Charles Manson. And your friends call you Charlie.
That might.
And then all of a sudden, that early 70s, you have this guy who runs a cult in California that did it, and you get a holy fuck.
Yep.
Or David Berkowitz. David
There you
Berkowitz
go.
is. There could be a guy out there and just living his life, a wonderful life, and he didn't work. David Berkowitz, I think, worked for the was a postal carrier.
Yeah, I won't say he was.
There was a lot of the names were a lot of names of serial killers are kind of like run in the mill name. What's the guy's name? The good-looking guy, that guy that killed all the girls. Bundy.
Yeah.
Bundy's
Al
not
Bundy.
Al Bundy. Yeah, I mean, what was the Bundys? Ted Bundy. I bet there was a bunch of Ted Bundys out there.
Probably.
And then whenever you have to call up
Yeah, that's
for a
what,
reservation. You call for a reservation of a party of four. What name you want to have it? Oh, I definitely. Oh God,
Bundy.
Theodore under Bundy. What's your first name? Theodore. Okay. And think about 1920s and 30s Germany before the guy with the little mustache took power.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I bet, and it was still a country of 60 million people, so there probably was a couple Adolf Hitlers out there.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you're thinking, well, this is going to be great. I'm eventually going to get married. I have a couple kids. I'm going to name my oldest son after me, Adolf. And all of a sudden, you go, fuck.
Yeah, nope, that's out the window.
That's out the window. And just like Mussolini, Pol Pot, Stalin, Jim Jones.
There you go. That's a good
That's
one.
there's a shitload of James Jones out there.
Let's go down to Ghana. Boy, there's a bunch of people.
Yeah, 800 people can sell. So the Batesville Casket Company, I salute you for
Sticking with
holding
your
fast. And you know what? You lasted out Psycho.
Yep.
You lasted out Psycho. In the 60s, it had to be tough. In
probably.
the late, well, it did. That was iconic.
Well,
that was
there he
iconic.
is.
There comes the guy.
Here comes
he
Luke
missed last
Glenn.
week, but he made this week. So we had that last week, and we also remember.
Well, were you doing the vapes last week?
Yeah. Yeah. He pulled an Amelia Earhart on us last week. Last Wednesday.
Was my accountant calls up at the last second, goes, "Oh, you forgot to do this and do that, and blah blah blah." And so I had to do a bunch of fucking shit that I didn't want to do, and then before I could do everything else, I had to figure out why the printer didn't want to print. All that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, T-bone.
The
The woman over there is making faces at the dog, and now he's going, I need attention.
We talk about the cold snap last week, how embarrassing it is to be around people.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Got the guys from Michigan. It's like -11 up there.
Yeah. Well,
you guys got to pardon
I
me for
have
a
an
minute.
impression of someone, a conch, that goes up to Fargo, North Dakota in the middle of a 20-degree below zero event, Luke. They come into the airport, and then they go out and they go up to the door and they go, wow, it's certainly pretty out there. It's all snow and all that. And then doors open up to the sliding glass doors, and they go, boy, the air is dry. Holy shit, it's cold as... They die. That's what happened with a conch when they had 20 degrees below weather. You know, they just can't. You're not going up in K2.
No, I don't
Antarctica?
even think we have freezers down here that freeze below
I know.
that. Maybe
People
at the
die,
Space Center where they
People die
got
in walk-ins down here by just going in and getting, with the big fridges that work in the deep freezers that work in these big restaurants.
But there was a few years back when we had really super, super hot summer, and me and this one was out for a stroll, and he was super, super overheated, and we stopped at the convenience store just to sit by the door and catch some of the
Did you go into
air.
the beer freezer?
And, yeah, so the girl invited us into the
He
beer
was pointing
freezer.
at the little guy he's talking about is T-Bone, his dog, his beautiful dog.
We walked up here.
Okay, well,
That's why we're running a little late. He had to pee on a few extra things,
You got to take care of your dog. We started a little early because Bill has to do his.
This thing, yeah.
So we want to be ready for that. On that other thing, we called it. I told him a story about. I almost ran under a truck Monday, merging over, and it was a casket company called Batesville Casket Company, Batesville. And the name of the episode is Tisket, a Tasket. Tisket, a Casket. And I thought that was, when I looked over and saw it was a casket company that I almost ran my car into, I thought, well, there you go. And I stopped at the next light and took a picture of it. It was pretty, I think it was ironic. It would have been more ironic.
Yeah.
And I wonder if I would have gotten a deal, what kind of casket I could have gotten.
I don't know. It would
I'm
have
more
been,
like
your fault. They would have been
Do
like,
you have
hey,
plans? It was my fault, so they wouldn't give me a deal. That's Luke's cigar.
no, that's Bill's cigar, man.
You would grab it, man?
I can't see.
You can't see it?
I'm just grabbing it.
He's grabbing Bill's cigar.
I'm trying to grab something that ain't lit or got spit on it.
Oh, okay. So we had that. We talked about the cold snap. Did my little bit about the thing. Hey, Luke, do you ever get confused for someone? People come up to you. What do they say? I have this theory that, especially when you're in our business, when I'm in the hospitality, you're in the music business. We run into a lot of people, and you get people that come up to you and say, you remind me of so and so. It could be someone famous, or it could be a relative of theirs, or it could be someone they met.
I get that a lot.
What do you get?
All of it. All the above. I either look like ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Or Charlie Daniels. Or I look like their third cousin's best friend's brother from Battle Creek,
I have a kind of vague look about me sometimes, being tall and things like that, brown hair, blue eyes, and someone ever says they'll mention a celebrity, and when they do mention someone, you go, fuck, I hope it's not someone that I find unattractive and stuff like that, or a cousin or something like that. There was always someone that come up there and they say, we were talking about twins.
Yeah, okay.
You get people that confuse you for other people?
Yeah, all the time.
Doppelgangers.
Oh, you got people that call each other.
Memes.
Yeah.
And you're not look.
That happens to me.
Do not look.
Luke and I get that all the time, man.
Do not look at all alike.
Even from my old lady who should know me.
Yeah.
I mean, you have lighter hair, Luke. I think that's more correct.
I'm shorter, lighter.
Lighter. He's more gray.
And way more gray.
Yep.
And less hair on top.
Well,
He's got a longer beard, less hair on the back.
Yeah.
I got more belly and more height.
Mm-hmm. I always hope when they say something about me that, especially in town, you got to worry about this too. If someone in town, they say that you look like someone that's so-and-so, I go, I hope that guy's not an asshole.
Welcome.
Because you don't
I hope he is. I hope he is.
No. If he looks like you, why would you want him to be an asshole? Because every so often when he's acting like an asshole, people say, "Oh, I saw you out and you were acting like an asshole," and it wasn't you.
But
the Conch Telegraph down here.
But see, the thing is we're assholes so often that I just have to agree with
that
them.
works for the benefit for you, and you just say, you can, Bill, what do you say? That was Luke?
I think a lot of times they're like, hey, you weren't near the asshole that you usually are.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I saw you last night. You weren't near the asshole you usually are.
You weren't near as fucked up as you normally were.
I've been lucky. Most of the people are nicer to me because, okay.
What are you doing?
You don't want the ice. Come on. Here, let me turn this upside down. Yeah, T-Bone's licking the tops of my beers. Here.
You're just making sure your beer is good for you.
Yeah, you can have the bottom. There we go.
Yes.
There we
Thirsty.
go. So how you doing today?
Hey,
Well, your mic's not even close to you right now. So
because
you want to hold it up there if you're going to comment.
able to be out and about, man.
There you go.
Fucked myself totally. Ordered the wrong goddamn parts.
Oh.
I decided to put the Mesa back together.
Oh, you got the tubes?
Yeah.
You got the wrong fucking tubes?
But I ordered the wrong goddamn rectifier.
Oh.
But that's okay. I instead of trying to send it back, I just ordered another one.
That's
going to
be
a $30 tube.
Yeah.
Plus $14 shipping.
Shipping and handling.
Oh,
yeah.
well. That's
And
very,
you buy that tube from any other and it's the exact same tube. Buy it from any place else. But if you don't buy it from them, it voids your 5-year warranty.
man.
So
it's
you
very
have
compelling and very exciting
So-
podcasting information there.
Well, you just never know, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Life's a bitch for everybody,
what
even
the
us
fuck is that
musicians.
all about right there? What do you got there? Go.
Oh, well, I had to do something to make money yesterday, so I rolled quarters. So
You roll quarters?
those were, I got one for each pocket,
That's the only
so I
one
weigh
of
the
the few
same.
things you roll that you don't smoke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I got $40 in quarters, one roll for each pocket, so when I'm walking, I'm balanced.
Yeah, otherwise
that's
you'll be
fucking great.
listing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you got anything new for us? You didn't drive today. Why is that? The van's still down?
No, the dog needed to walk. I needed to walk.
No, I said you didn't drive today
No, we walked.
for the taxi.
No, the taxi I normally drive has blown a head gasket, and unfortunately, it's a Nissan, and evidently it takes
Yeah, and
2 weeks to fucking rebuild or something. So
Well,
It's
it takes
a
a week to get the part.
geographic
I know
anomaly.
exactly
2
which one it is.
And then
Okay.
it takes another week to do it, I guess. But I looked it up, and it is a long process.
It
Well,
is, and it's
a
fucked
bad-
up. You got to drop the engine down on the
Okay.
fucking member so you can get the fucking head off because the engineers decide to shoehorn the engine in there so tight.
That's the stuff Jim hates.
Well, I just don't see. I hear people going, "Well, this is fucking. Oh, see you later." But that doesn't matter. It
Well,
doesn't really matter.
everybody who's got a new car who's ever tried to work, dude, it took me 45 minutes to change a parking light on Sandy's Caddy.
I know. Hey, I know what it's like. I know it's like. I do work on my car. I'm trying to change out a speaker, and you got to take the panel off, and you got to attach the right cables so you don't get everything fucked up. I mean, it's nothing like getting the panel off, and then you can't get everything back on.
So my van's so aggravating, I just don't put anything back on. Once I take it off, I know
No,
it's
no.
going to break again.
His
I got to
panels
get
are just
to
sitting
it.
there loose.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't buckling it all up
One
because
of
it's
the keys one. Well, at least you have a windshield. There was a fucking dude driving down there without a windshield for weeks.
Yeah.
I got a great story.
But it's
today.
actually illegal to drive without a windshield.
So- Talking about
not
driving.
As long as you're wearing sunglasses or glasses. You got to
No,
have eye
the
protection.
guy
Oh,
did
no
not have a
shit.
windshield, and he
I
was
didn't know
driving around.
Well,
he
then
was
why do
driving
they
around
give
for
you a
work.
ticket for a cracked windshield when you
Because
don't
that-
even have to have one? That's crazy.
Because that's a visibility issue.
Yeah, it impairs your vision. One of our regulars was driving in, and this person went out for cigarettes. They had one wine. They drove out, went up to Circle K, and when they came back, they went, you know where the break in the road is, a little north of us?
Yeah.
They keep on trying to head north up the southbound lane to pull in the front parking lot.
Oh, yeah, probably not a good
Yeah,
idea.
and someone witnessed them. And not, when you know it, 6 minutes later, 2 Monroe County sheriffs start coming in, walking in the door, and I go, "Hey, guys, have a seat anywhere." They go, "We're not here to eat." And I knew the guys, and well, look at them and go, "But you really want to be like a, you want that attitude?" Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they're about 10 years younger than me. I said, "You're going to check the attitude?" I know you're a police officer, but I'm your friend. Come on, deputy. And then he said, "No, we're here on business." I go, "Okay, well, okay, I'm going to." Oh, they're going to reinvestigate the murder down the thing. No. Did you drive that car? That was it. That was they caught the person and they were sitting at the bar, and they didn't ask me how much he drank. They asked her, and I don't know. Her speech sounds slurred. Sounds slurred, and I don't know what it is. Supposedly they didn't drink before they came there. Surely had one glass of wine, and the speech was slurred. So, I mean, they didn't give her a breathalyzer.
But they gave her shit.
They talked to her for a little while, and then her husband, who doesn't drive, starts talking to him. He's fine. He should have just said, "No, I'm not driving. I'm having one glass
yeah,
of wine."
but he might
she
have
keeps
had
on
a-
talking.
He might have had a suspended license or something.
He did. But I mean, he had to say he doesn't drive
Yep.
because I think he does have a suspended license.
Because that complicates everything.
Well,
then.
their car is still in front of the restaurant. Then left. They pulled up down that street, Mahogany. They pulled down to Mahogany, and they're right behind that dumpster, and they were waiting, looking up the street to see when that car was going to
Yep.
pull out and make the turn and then make the arrest. They would have got him because they would have had him on. They would have had him on something, but they, I think they were being kind. And there were 3 deputies there.
Probably training.
Three deputies. Yep. Yeah. Training.
Well,
Because if it's who I think you think it is, because I know when you work.
Yeah, the guy-
He's been dragging around. He's been dragging around a trainee.
yeah, I
with
saw a
him.
young guy there.
Yeah.
I think they were going to say, "Oh,
well, you know, and I feel sorry for them because bless their fucking hearts, they deal with all the
Dude, they got a
real
bad
assholes,
job.
the drunken assholes, and idiots none of us want to deal with. When you got somebody that's an asshole at the bar, they get at a certain point, you call the cops, and you have the cops get rid of them. You know?
Yeah, I've done that. I've been playing before, and one of my buddies walks up. It's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And they're like, "I'm like, hey, okay, go on. I'll catch you later."
Yep. Yeah, you know what? Remember we talked about Andy and Mayberry. Andy. Something
But
about
see, Otis
being a
was-
little congenial and going like this. Sorry, we're not here to eat. Sorry, we're not here to eat, but we're here for business. You know, we're here.
Yeah, but their
the
town
job.
drunk was such a nice guy. I mean, Otis. He had a key to the jail. Let himself
wait,
in.
what was Otis's job? Did Otis have a job? Otis had a job. We
Yeah, he
figured.
worked in the furniture factory.
He did something.
We looked this up one time. I think he worked in the furniture factory.
And Otis always got fucking dressed up. He was a fat, sweaty guy.
He was always wearing a tie and a hat.
He was always wearing a tie and a hat. He never lost that fucking hat. I mean, if you were drunk like that all the time.
No, I don't lose my hat.
I've
What?
kept track
I don't lose my hat.
I know. Really?
It's been-
Well,
I
you're
can't
not drunk.
lose
Wait,
my hat.
whoa. Are you saying that yours drunk? It's every time you see Otis.
I have
Otis
been
was drunk.
I've been much drunker than Otis.
much drunker than
I know,
Otis.
but you're not as frequently. Every time you see Bill at night, is he drunk?
Yeah,
Oh yes, Luke.
that's a good guess.
Not as much as I used to be, but
well, yeah,
but I
I-
was going.
You know
for
what?
the-
This is. I was.
we
it
were
was
gonna
funny.
we were gonna have a new club
You're
called
really
Club
good.
Otis.
I have to bring Abby out with us sometimes.
I do have to temper
Abby,
that.
you may think I drink a lot, but look at these two guys.
Yeah.
I got look at me. I'm fine.
Yeah, I do have to temper that. I have been past couple years. I've been much more sober than I have for the past decade.
But for me, a lot of it had to do with access to my medical marijuana stuff.
I am nowhere near.
So I drank a lot over the
the,
weekend because I ran out.
But
couldn't
my
get it
drink,
delivered, so.
I do not drink like I did when I was in my mid to early 30s to 20s.
Well, and the other thing is,
I'm not even close.
all my friends have gotten older, and we're all pretty much more social drinkers now. The only time that I really get absolutely hammered is when I'm playing with Cody, and he gets in a mood. And next thing I know, there's 6 shots of Jack Daniels lined up on the
See,
amp.
that's the one thing I won't do. The shots. The shots.
And next thing you know,
shots or-
you know, they've got both of those guys have Sandy's number in their phones as Sasquatch Response Team
But I mean,
because they've had to call her because
Yeah.
But that's a good thing.
She's the only one that can calm him down.
she walks up and goes, "Get in the car," and I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." They're going, "Dude, we've been trying to do that for an hour, and he's knocked me on the ground 3 times." You walk, and she is 5 foot flat, maybe.
you know what? That would be a perfect app if you attach to a smartphone a little like breathalyzer, and it automatically connects you to a taxi company or Uber. You go like this. Oh well, I'm pretty much there, and you can't start your and not the
I
kind.
don't
not
know.
the kind that you blow into you.
Because you wouldn't be able to do that, so I've thought about it, man. It'd be like one of those ones where you have to hit shit on your screen.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
a good one.
Yeah, like a you know, like almost like a little game.
A coordination game.
Yeah. And
once
if
you
you're
can't
too
do it-
fucked up to do that,
Yeah, fuck you.
and if you really wanted to make it smart, it could make it to where as long as your phone's there, your car won't start. It locks you out of your own car.
Yeah.
Fuck
And
you,
if
too
you're-
drunk to
if
drive.
That
you're-
doesn't work. You remember the night fucking Kim locked me up in the office?
How about if you had
I don't.
you had
You don't?
certain
Oh, you
levels?
missed that?
Luke,
That was probably locked somewhere
how
else.
do you have certain levels? Levels when you can't drive. There's levels when you can't fuck. Right? Well, you're not gonna. Nothing's gonna happen. So might as well go someplace else. You know, and you just stay out of you know, and you check. And there's an application because they're able to track other people. You track your significant other. If they're significantly, I think it's there's a almost diametrically opposed. The more sober your partner is, your wife or girlfriend, and the more drunk you are, the more angry they are. Now, if you can track,
that's true.
Okay, yeah, I just figured if
That's
you can
true.
track how drunk they are.
Yes, but mine
they're
perceived
so drunk.
drunkenness that did not exist on my part. I was
No,
just
no,
really
but if
stoned.
she's drunk,
She
you can
was.
get drunker. You go like this.
I
yes,
can
have
continue
another
drinking.
drink. I can have 5 more. I can have 10 more drinks. She is drunk. What do you think?
I don't know. Dude,
Oh man, so I was over, like I said.
I've seen his
I
wife
was-
fucked up as a soup sandwich.
Oh my
Jesus.
god! And she can be evil, man.
No, but you just keep on drinking that.
Well, no. See,
I pretty much can take a hit. I can take a hit when I'm drinking. Oh, you can too, probably, right? Really good. I can take a really good hit.
Yeah, I just
when
don't
I'm
like
I
to.
get a punch. I can get a punch. Take a really good punch from. So I can just say when
I'm getting
the
to
more
it.
she drinks, the more I can drink.
Yeah, but if your wife punched me, I'd be fucking scared. She'd break my jaw. and
She's
shit.
very strong.
She big,
She's
tall,
very strong.
big,
Shit, her
tall.
daughter
She's
would
down,
break
she
your
lifts
neck.
too.
I know, man.
Yeah,
She's a fit girl.
Yep, I know. I'm proud of her. You know what? I never worry about it. She's gonna kill. She's one of the few people I know that could probably snap someone's neck if she really wanted to. She did. I swear to God. We do these things like when when you open them. She doesn't come and ask you to open a bottle.
Yeah. No.
Because she doesn't. But she
has to open them for you once in a while.
What?
That's it. Hun, can you open the jar for me? My arthritis is flaring up a bit.
Luckily, no, I'm not. I don't have to prove anything. I'm fine. I'm comfortable with my own abilities there. So, but yeah, and that would be a great app though. If you find out if they did something and they spent, or you can correlate it to how much they spent that day. Let's say they went shopping.
Yeah.
They say went shopping. I mean,
thank you, sweet.
I'll do a bucket.
Let's say they spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they made some unqualified purchases.
Yeah.
And it pops up, and they go, you see a score, and the score is how much you can drink that night, or how late you can stay out
There you go.
without calling. And they go and did it, and you go like this, do you have anything to feel guilty about?
Oh,
See?
no. See, I'm the other way. I get bitched at if I call and wake her up.
Yeah, I gotta respond immediately if she calls, but I am not to call. I'm not to speak until spoken to.
Did I ever tell you the time when
I will be told what I need to know when I need to know it.
Yeah.
We're going here tonight. Oh, okay.
Did you ever go out? I'm going to ask you a question. Did you ever go out and have a couple drinks with someone? Let's say a woman. You're having a good time. You end up someplace, and your wallet and your shoes were taken.
No.
I did.
That's an
Somebody
epic night.
stole your wallet and your shoes. What'd you have? Your shoes and your
You have your wallet and your shoes?
That was downtown Philadelphia.
Your
There you
wallet
go.
and your shoes. Would they knock you down first?
I was hanging out with somebody.
Will. That's kind of
No
difficult to
shoes.
explain.
And it was, in the middle, downtown Philadelphia. Downtown Philadelphia. And I made it home. I made it home with no money.
no money. No
I got on the
shoes.
subway. I
Hop the stall.
I hopped the stall, but I got on buses. Guy let me on a bus without paying.
I'll come
You
back
believe that?
next time you're working. When
You
you
know,
working next?
I have no idea what it must be like to grow up in a city.
I
mean,
know,
I
man.
just cannot.
Boggles the mind.
I cannot imagine trying to play baseball in an alley when we had a big lot next door.
Well,
you
I
know?
would say, in
And-
certain cities like down.
And I couldn't imagine living where there's
no,
just.
you're thinking of New York.
Well, I mean,
No, I'm
isn't
thinking any city.
Philadelphia?
No, in Philadelphia, in the far northeast, we actually had ball fields.
Okay.
We had real ball fields
Well,
and
yeah, I'm
basketball
saying, I
courts.
mean, those
we could play
exist,
football.
but-
Well,
I couldn't
I'm thinking
imagine
fun
living-
was hot wiring the old.
inside the city. See, we were the last place that got developed, and actually,
Oh.
like, there were people that had like aerial photos, and it was all farmlands and shit like that before. And my uncle, my godfather, he said when he was a kid, when he lived in my neighborhood, there was 75,000 people that lived in my neighborhood near my high school. Inside the city of
Holy
Philadelphia.
shit, man!
Dude,
No,
there
no,
were
no.
That's a lot of
75,000
people.
people that lived in my county.
But 40 years before, it was all farmland.
Yeah,
It was all
yeah.
farmland.
Well, yeah,
And-
where I grew up doesn't exist anymore because Philadelphia kind of
Absorbed it all.
absorbed it. It's now
And,
it's now all
it's like
subdivisions
between
and two guys and strip
It used to
malls.
be. There used to be in Central Florida. There used to be miles of trails between Orlando and Winter Park and Winter Springs and Castleberry, and now and the same thing with Melbourne and Palm Bay. It's all grown into one.
It's
big
one
You
town.
can't
they call it
Malabar, all the way
a
to Melbourne.
megalopolis. almost.
Megalopolis.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like driving up
megalopolis.
through from the time you hit
Washington, D.C.
from pretty much Florida City now, from Florida City to West Palm Beach.
Why isn't it all the way up on the East Coast?
Almost.
On the East
It's
Coast,
getting there.
it's getting there. There's still a break between
But-
Stewart and Fort Pierce, but from
But
there's-
St. Lucie West, oh my God, you
there
wouldn't
is
believe
a
how much
solid
shit's out
there
there,
is a
man.
solid stretch
Wow.
where you go
I
up
was-
from Florida City all the way up to Martin County,
Yeah.
and that's 300 miles. Where it's one city. Only thing that changes is the signs.
Yeah,
You
Boynton
ever do
Beach.
that long drive up? Well, you do long drives. You all did long
Yeah.
drives. What's your? It's funny that you mention that. In Florida, it's like you're
Dude,
almost
I get-
any other state except Texas.
California,
and some in California,
and Alaska.
When you're driving,
and Montana,
you're driving in Florida for how many hours from Jacksonville down to here? 10.
Jacksonville to here is 9.5.
But
that's a long.
I get people that'll call me and go, "Hey, I'm going to be in Jacksonville. You're going to come visit?" I'm like,
no.
It takes you less time to drive from Delaware to Jacksonville than it takes me to drive to Jacksonville.
Yes. It takes you 8 hours. It takes me 9.5 to get to Jacksonville.
And to go from here, or say like,
God forbid if you're going.
We went from Key West all the way to Williston, North Dakota, which is on the Canadian border. And once I drove the whole fucking way. That's a whole story in itself.
Without stopping?
Yeah, I had no choice. We had to be there in time. Yeah, other than stopping every 8 hours to get gas in the van. And,
really?
Yeah.
And you did all the driving?
Yeah, because other guys were acting like morons, and my bass player, his back was hurt, so he was all pilled out of his gourd.
Okay.
The drummer and other guitar player were drinking themselves half to fucking silly the whole way.
Holy shit! Look at that.
I don't have a thing though. I lost my teammate.
Jim's got one. He's a bartender.
I don't know if I have it.
Here, give me a goddamn beer. I'll open the damn thing for you.
I do not know. I can open it on the edge of the. Oh wait, I do. I do have it. Here we go. Come on.
Cool.
Here, you want? I was going to give you it, but here we go.
No, don't give him a wine key to open. Actually, give him a wine key to open a beer. It's endless entertainment.
Oh, wait, really? Luke, you got to be kidding me. You can't.
I'm not as coordinated as I used to be.
You're a guitar player, man. You are nimble fingers.
That does not.
That
does not translate to opening a beer.
And it doesn't translate to holding on to shit either, man.
You know what?
Especially little tiny street. Oh, I took the whole mixing board at the club apart.
You told me about that. You told me you're going to clean it up.
Yeah.
Like I said, I cleaned up the input channels for the RCAs and quarter inch for the.
What?
So you wouldn't believe the
amount
of shit it was full of, man. So that's why there's no more cakes. This thing.
There's like three cats in that thing.
I mean, it was unbelievable, just unbelievable.
Well, listen, with these things right here, until I came down here and worked at the Encore, I worked at a nightclub, and I guess, I don't know, we didn't have that many wines back in the late 80s when I was in college, and then I worked in bank. I was a banquet manager, bartender, maitre d', and we used a regular corkscrew, one where the double-sided one. And then I got a wine key when I worked at the Encore. And that's 12 years ago. And I got on it, and I swear to God, there's nothing not knowing how to use these. You look like definitely that saying. What's that saying? A monkey
fucking a football. We're going to need a beer football.
Now.
Well, actually, when it's really bad, it's like two monkeys trying to fuck a possum.
I went to like every so often there was a wine rep come in, and every time they come in, they give me. And they say, hey, this is how you do this. This is how you do a presentation. This is how you show the bottle. You keep the label. You keep the label pointed to the people that are looking at it, and you go around of it with the little knife on the edge of it, serrated knife, and you get the foil right on their lip. You got to get it on the lip because you don't get the foil. Some people pop the top with the foil on it. You don't do that. And all you have to do, and if I could show, I can give you a little class and show it, and you get used to it, and you get that, and you can get the corkscrew in there. You pop out. And sometimes someone brings a fucking $150, $200 bottle of wine. Now, that's $200 bottle of wine would cost $600, $700 in a restaurant. So they bring it in. But what happens, it depends on how it's stored. And what happens to a wine cork if it's not stored correctly?
I know it dries out.
It dries out and cracks. And you get it, and they give you this. And the better the wine, the more likely the cork is bad.
Oh,
and if you put the wine key in wrong, you ruin the whole bottle.
There's $100 bottles of wine now that got screw tops.
Yes.
Yeah,
and you know what?
We invented screw tops a long time ago.
There ain't nothing wrong with screw top.
No, there isn't.
But Wild Turkey comes with a pop top that's a lot easier, and you don't even need a corkscrew to uncork it.
They can break too. If you get some kind of residue in there, you get residue in there,
especially if it's sitting,
freeze.
It sticks, and then that cork breaks. And but cork in bourbon is not as bad as
Yeah,
cork.
it's not like cork and wine.
And they act. If you got a little bit of cork in a really fine bottle of wine, they act as if you stuck your dick in their ass. You like that? I said it. They act like
They
that.
might like that.
They might have liked it, but they act like they didn't want that to happen.
Well,
And they'll look at you and say, I go, no, you brought a questionable bottle of wine. You're not sure about it. People at auctions, they buy bottles of wine for $15,000, $16,000 a wine bottle. They don't know if it's vinegar.
Yep.
They could be buying vinegar.
well, fucking get a set of pork tongs and fucking break the top of the bottle off.
Oh, really? Oh, you ever seen those dudes do it with the...
Yeah, port.
No, I mean with the sword.
No, I've never seen it with the sword.
Sword, yeah, that's
I've seen
dumbass
spent
all kinds of
dumbass way to open
crazy
a bottle.
stuff.
Dumbass way to open.
I spent about $600 on a bottle of port at a restaurant one time. They came out with the heated tongs and broke the top off.
Really?
Yeah,
How much did you
about
spend?
$600.
You spent $600.
And this is back in the '80s.
That girl must have been so hot.
It wasn't a girl. A bunch of fucking drunk fucking divers.
You were commercial diving then, and you had more money than sense. You just got paid.
Dude, we had duffel
You
bag-
were in Skyland.
No, I was in fucking Texas.
Okay, so you were out
Yeah, no, we were just out
diving
fucking-
off a rig
Yeah,
or
no,
something.
we were just drinking. Yeah, no, we were
Gravity's only theory, man.
Yeah.
we were just drinking.
Yeah.
No, we were just drinking. We decided we wanted some port, and so we were talking to the waiter, and it's like, he's like, we got this. I'm like, fucking, what's the best vintage port you got? He's like, okay, fine. Fired up, and the fucking Mater
The
D.
whole bottle.
Oh yeah, the Mater D comes, and it's. Had I realized it was going to be such a production, I would have never ordered the damn thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the Mater D comes out. There's 3 people sitting there. They got the tongs with the bucket of coals and everything. I'm
Oh,
like,
that was like on that scene in the Blues Brothers, man, where they go to the Shea Pool.
Exactly.
He's the top mater day at the Shea Pool, man. You'll never get him out of that gig.
There are four damn guys in tuxedos.
Oh, wait a minute.
sitting
We have
there
your
dealing
finest
with-
wine.
And they're trying to present the bottle, and then I'm like, dude, just crack the damn thing open, pour it in the glasses. We want to drink it.
Sir, wrong glass.
Do you know I always get the pronunciation wrong about the person that is in charge of that.
The mater D.
Sommelier. No,
Sommelier.
sommelier.
Oh, the
So
wine
we're
guy.
both-
Yeah.
This is where our accents match up.
Yeah, we had the
sommelier.
Sommelier. Oh, there we go. We all did it. We're all sommelier.
We
SOME.
we had four damn people at the table, and we're at a steakhouse. We're at a big steakhouse in Houston, and we got 4 damn people opening this bottle of port. We're laughing like hell. It's like, look, just crack the damn thing open. We just want to drink it because we were talking about port and good port.
Yep.
And a couple of my buddies said, I've never had port. It's like, well, let's get a good one.
Well, every so often,
Port, isn't that what you usually have with
it's dessert.
like,
It's usually at the end.
It's like a sweet wine.
Yeah,
ain't
it's
it?
a sweet wine.
It's
We had
usually
it at the end of the meal.
See,
'cause
I'm
we're-
learning some shit. I just pick it up from Kimberly because
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not-
drink
I'm
wine.
not a port guy and
We
stuff
had
like
it-
that.
we
I'm
had it at
more
the
of
end of
a
the meal.
brandy guy.
I'm more of a
brandy guy when it comes
PORK
to-
guy. I'm more of a pork guy.
Yeah, there you go. And
Pork.
we were
Yeah,
talking.
I'm more
we were
of a
talking
pork
about.
guy.
I just ate like a 28-ounce ribeye, bone-in ribeye there, and it was fantastic. And we're talking about dessert, and I'm like, oh hell no, I can't do dessert.
Man, wasn't that cool being young and being able to eat a whole big fucking bunch of food?
I'd be stuck in the
Man.
fucking head for hours
I know.
now.
I can't even eat half.
I made-
not even a
last night
fourth
I
what I
made
used
two
to.
They'd be knocking on the door,
I
going,
made
"Hey, I need to go.
Yeah.
Get out."
I made 2 rack of ribs, and I thought, oh man, I'm going to eat the fuck out of this. You know what? Between Abby and I didn't get 2/3 through the first one.
Did
I'm
you
gonna
boil
do it.
them?
Yeah.
What?
Did you boil them?
In the beginning, I did. And then, but I finished them. I cooked them slow. I cooked them slow.
Oh man, so we got a new
Wait.
grill because our old grill
I
I
got
rusted
my
out.
new
saw
grill.
the picture of your grill.
So we got a new.
I have
so
grill
I used
envy.
it. I
Wait,
used it.
what's wrong with the beginning of it? As long as you don't finish it on it. You dry it out, it gets some moisturized and okay, hold on to the end of that. Hold on, grass. Okay, well, now Luke's going to have a beer. Now, he's holding the neck.
I'm grabbing it firmly by the
He's
neck.
got it firmly by the neck.
By the neck.
He's got it by the shaft.
By the shaft.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Well, I am
And Jim's just popped the end off for him.
There we go.
You remember,
What?
what was that goofy movie, man? Because I remember,
Dumb and Dumber.
I remember, no, it's back at the time, Florida, we didn't really have long neck beers yet. You know, I mean, you could get like they
Back
had
to
the short
Yeah,
bottles.
the short Miller bottles. I remember that.
And,
everyone had
and
that.
so it was that
Everyone
Urban
had
Cowboy
short bottles.
But that Urban Cowboy movie, they had the Budweiser long necks, and if I remember right,
I
that's
never
when
saw
all
that
the
movie.
bars started carrying
Long necks.
I
long
ne-
necks.
I never
Because
saw
everything
wait,
used to be the old stout.
Urban Cowboy. Did that
somebody
take
still
take
makes,
place in New Jersey or something like that?
No,
that
man,
was
it
in
was in Texas, man. They
And
had
they did
John
Urban Cowboy
Travolta.
like that? And
John
Travolta was it?
Yeah, he did Saturday Night Fever, and then
That's
he
one movie when it came out.
he
I
lit up
thought,
the disco floor, and then he burned up the country two-step.
Oh, he's too busy getting laid.
You should have seen him do the country two-step,
Yeah,
man.
Was he good?
Yeah.
Oh man,
boy can dance.
he's a dancing fool. I'll give him that.
Boy
man.
can dance.
And he played such a redneck Peckerwood character. It was a
Oh,
believable
dude.
job. He was so stupid. He's so stupid that it was like a natural role for him to be that stupid.
Well, he did
I mean,
that.
it's totally
he did that in
believable.
Saturday Night Fever. Remember when
Yeah,
he did his
yeah.
hair? He's sitting there, got every.
I'm gonna be so
somebody go
big.
like this. He goes, hey, "What are you talking about?" You know, like that. He was. I think he went to the Sylvester Stallone School of Acting.
No, still my best recollection of John Travolta is still the old. You meet
Vinny
the nicest,
Trevor.
No, you meet the nicest people on a Honda. He was in a Honda ad back in the 70s.
Really said that?
Yeah, no
You meet
shit.
the nicest people on a Honda, and he's on a little fucking Honda 50.
Honda
Not even a
50?
90.
Yeah.
I had a Honda 50.
Yeah, no, this is the old Honda 50.
Oh, I mean, it was 1974, and I was 11 years old.
This is the old Honda 50 that. And they're great motorcycles, but the whole thing was you meet the nicest people on a Honda, and here comes John Travolta pulling up. And it took me, I was probably, because I saw those as a kid,
Yeah.
and then I saw Saturday Night Fever, and it probably took me another 5-6 years after seeing that before I put oh, that's the dude from the You Meet the Nicest
This
People
guy
in a
looks
Honda
like
ad.
coming in, Luke, right over your right shoulder. Looks like he could have been a relative of yours.
Yeah, maybe.
Coming in
Probably.
to the door. Holy shit. Father times here. You know what? We were about the 45-minute thing, Mark. I
Yeah, we
think.
got a couple
Another,
minutes.
you
We got
know,
a couple
you know what
minutes
their,
here.
Yeah,
you know
I
what that
got-
look
I got-
was?
we got to talk about the
Oh,
reviews.
reviews.
We got to talk about reviews. We need
reviews. We need lots
iTunes,
of reviews.
iTunes reviews to get more.
Spreaker, iTunes.
iTunes is premier. Spreaker's number 2. iHeartRadio, maybe.
Give us some love on iTunes.
Yeah, give us if you can, if you are listening. We do have a Patreon page and all that stuff. I understand.
A what?
A lot of people aren't. A Patreon page. You know
they
what
can give us
Patreon-
money if they want to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not
Not
which
that
has-
anybody does.
Not that it does, but
Well, if they
you
show
know,
up,
you
I have
want
a
it-
Square card reader, man.
There
I
you
can
go.
if you want to come up and pay our tab, man, that would be cool.
Well,
I can
what I'm
accept
saying is
Apple
necessarily-
Pay on that
yeah.
too.
There
You
you go.
know.
But yeah, no.
I'm gonna
leave
put
us-
I'm gonna put that sign on. I was like, I got
Leave
a
us a
sticker
review.
for my card reader, so I'm gonna put that on my tip.
Yeah,
bucket.
leave us a review. Come on up and
Yeah. Leave us a review on iTunes, on Spreaker. The more we get, the more you
Tell people-
get. The
tell
more
peop-
you get.
Tell
the more-
people you're having fun listening to us.
Yeah, and do it in a be elucidating. You know what elucidating is? I remember that from Father Gabriel.
Talking high cotton.
elucidating.
Talking in high cotton. You
Yeah.
remember those old blues players that used to use words like
Shit in high cotton.
Yeah. Talking in high cotton. now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Well,
But,
shit
I mean,
in high
talk
cotton
about
meant
why
that
you like the
didn't
show
have
and
to
all that.
use
and share
corn
with your
cob to wipe
friends.
your ass.
There you go.
And then once they do that, we can get these guys into your places, and we could travel and get them up there, and that would be fun. I mean, if you could get a look at
Well, I
us,
got to go travel here in a minute.
what?
I got to go play with some bluegrass band tonight at
Yeah?
Sharky's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you playing?
Sharky's? I got to play with some bluegrass band. I just found out about this about an hour ago.
So is Is this a special weekend or something?
No, fucking, I don't know. Mike
Is it
called me
food
up
and
going,
wine thing,
no,
or
Mike
no?
called me up going, hey, there's some bluegrass band playing. I'm going to give them a few of my sets, blah, blah, blah. Come on up. I'm like, fine,
Okay.
whatever. They're like, bring your shit. And I'm like, okay. I thought I was off tonight.
Well, that's good, man. And Luke, were you playing around this weekend?
Week. Well, the thing I have
Tomorrow
that I want to advertise is the Stumpy's benefit. I mean, not benefit. God damn it! If I say it one more
Celebration
time, I'm
of life.
punching myself in the mouth. It's not a fucking benefit.
Don't punch
It's a
yourself in the mouth.
celebration
of life.
for our buddy Stumpy, who passed away last week.
Stumpy
Thursday
passed
night.
away last week.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Stumpy.
Yeah, he
Stumpy,
died
yeah.
last Thursday.
Stumpy came
Thursday
in
night.
for his birthday one time when I was at the Encore. Really, he passed away. Where
Yeah.
did he pass away from?
Well, he's had way
Yeah,
bad health issues, but what finally got him was his kidneys failed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
They were taking him up for dialysis and stuff, and
He just
his
fucking-
quality of life was gone. And I miss my friend, but I'm so happy that
I'm
he's out of
super
pain.
happy
and
that he's
so
no longer
we're not
fucking
gonna have a
hurting.
boo-hoo. Oh, we're gonna have a fucking
We're gonna have a
stump
blowout.
like party.
Celebration of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a party more than
Yeah,
anything.
it's going to be a party. It's at the crib.
It's going to be at the crib on February 24th, Sunday. Start around noon, 1, something like that, and then
We're going to have a good time.
And
24th.
I'm going to
What's
try
the
to run the
24th? That's
2
stage
weeks.
as a loose
What day
jam.
of the week
This
is it?
Sunday.
Sunday the 24th.
I'm going to put together a couple of acts that want to play and are on a schedule,
Yeah.
and that they can get up, play 3 or 4 songs, get the hell off,
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to run it as just, if me and Vanini want to jam, we'll jam,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Chris, whatever, man.
No, we'll be there. I'm playing till 4, and I'll be there afterwards, man.
Oh, hey, listen, I want to also send a hello out to our friends at McGill's Bar, and McGill's in Northeast Philadelphia, McGill's in downtown Philadelphia. Are all the places we have. We're looking to go and do some gigs in Key West.
Weird.
Yeah, Key West. So we have any
Kyle
listeners down
Eso.
there, reach out to us, and we will just go to the website keysbartender.com.
Reach out, suck
Contact-
face.
Yeah, contact us from email or call the Keys bartender number, and we will contact you. I'm going to be down there in April on April 23rd. We're going to do it. I'm going to make a foray, much like the Spanish conquistadors did in there for a short, in hopes that we
You're
will
going
get
to be
some.
spreading syphilis to all the people down there.
Hey, you know what they called the female version of a conquistador? A conquistador.
There you go.
Oh wow.
Well, okay, that's going to wrap
Well,
it
you
up
know
for
what?
us
I just
tonight.
made that
Luckily, no, it doesn't matter. We're explicit, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not shocked by
I
it.
know. That's going to pretty
I'm
much
just
wrap
funny.
it up for
But
us
remember,
tonight.
leave those reviews on
Reviews,
iTunes.
man.
Leave those reviews on iTunes. We'll get more reviews. We'll have more listeners, and we'll get on.
We'll have more fun.
We'll have more fun,
There
and
you
we'll have
go.
more activity.
Well, thank you all. We do appreciate you listening, and we look forward to y'all tuning back in and catching some more of our anecdotes and anecdotes, and we will catch you all later. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.